Welcome back to the West Ham Network. It's me again, Anton. Of course, I'm here bringing you all the news coming out of West Ham. It's non-stop. I've told you that. It's never going to change in the world of West Ham. So why is it going to change now? Well, it's certainly not, because guess what? West Ham have apparently entered conversations with Muhammed Kudus of Ajax as potentially a summer replacement for Lucas Paqueta if that deal does go through with Man City. But what we're also hearing is from reputable reporters. So you've got Fabrizio Romano announcing that West Ham are holding positive talks with the Ghanaian international. And then you've got X, who also came out saying that this deal could happen no matter what happens with Paqueta, whether he stays or whether he goes. This deal could happen. Now, what happened last week was Brighton agreed a fee of 35 million euros or pounds. Can't remember exactly if it was euros or pounds for the potential signing of Kudus coming to the Premier League, but they couldn't agree personal terms, and loads of things took place, and he did play at the weekend for Ajax, and apparently he is open to a move for coming to the Premier League, and also positive talks have taken place that he's open to a move of coming to West Ham. Now, this player would absolutely excite me 1,000,000%. This would be a statement of intent, in my opinion. A young, bright talent, who's playing in Europe, who's played at the highest level in Europe as well. And this would be, if West Ham were to get this over the line, a very impressive signing. Now, listen, if you could keep a hold of Paqueta and you could have Kudus with him, then that would be fantastic. But either way, if Paqueta was to leave, then you are doing a replacement that also adds potentially a lot more goals for West Ham. Now, many people would be really, really worried about replacing the Brazilian Paqueta if he was to head out the door, but Kudus would certainly offer that great pedigree, especially for the fact that he's played European football with Ajax and he's also starred at international stage. He is 23 years old, so he is young, and a deal could likely get done for £35 million. Now, let's remind ourselves that we do have the money there, even if we don't sell Paqueta, and the positive talks have taken place. He is open to coming to England and to West Ham, which would be a massive, massive situation for West Ham if we could get someone like that through the door. Now, you ask me, what is he all about? What is Kudus all about? He's one of the most successful graduates that have come out of Ghana, to be honest with you. His education started really young, and he was spotted from Danish side FC Nordland, and he joined them back in January of 2018. And he really did star for them. The club instantly provided him with plenty of first-team minutes, which were crucial for his big, rapid development, and he repaid that trust, having a stellar second season, scoring 11 goals for the club. And guess who came in for him? The Dutch giants, as we know. Ajax came in looking for him, and at the time signed him for €9 million. But he initially struggled to make an impact with Ajax, but his versatility really proved to be a disadvantage, because he was used as a utility player and he was plugging all the gaps throughout the whole of the team and throughout the whole of the squad and throughout the whole season. However, by the end of the 21-22 season, Ajax lost high-profile players such as Anthony to Manchester United, Sebastian Haller to Borussia Dortmund, and Kudus was given his place to step up. And my God, he did step up. He scored 18 goals and provided 7 assists, and those numbers also included 6 goal contributions in the Champions League. He also had some very interesting and impressive performances in the Qatar World Cup for Ghana, because he is, of course, a Ghanaian international. Now, the player apparently could be available for around about £35 million, and this would be a massive statement of intent. West Ham would need to move fast in order to get this deal. He's one of those rare players who really does look comfortable everywhere on the pitch, and this might be due to his positional intelligence, and he was able to develop that when he played in the midfield role, when he played in the Danish league, and in most recent years he's played as a centre forward or on the right wing with Ajax. But he does have a goal scoring threat, And you can see maybe the mindset of where West Ham are trying to go with their future development. Players that are goal contributions, goal scorers. If you think about Alvarez and his style of play, but also his goal contributions, JWP and what he can do in terms of goal contributions throughout a season, and bang, Kudus also adds to that as well. He has an incredible expected goals rate of 1.02 per 90 minutes when playing as a striker, much higher than comparatively to his modest 0.31 when he plays as a winger. Elsewhere, he attempts almost 12 dribbles per game as a winger compared to just over 5 as a centre forward. And this drop is possibly down to the extra space he gets when he's out wide compared to when he plays through the centre. He is a left-footed attacker, but he also has an output on the wing in terms of chances that he creates, with an expected assist figure of 0.18, almost double what it is when he plays as a striker. That is still very high compared to the top creative players in the league as well. But this can be overlooked when you look at how efficient at progressing the ball higher up the pitch with his dribbling. It's not just the volume that is impressive, but he carries the ball in mostly crowded central areas, something that we know Paqueta can do. And he uses his blistering turn of pace and low centre of gravity, which is something we love to see in football these days, to drive at the opposition. He's a technical player. He's clean in possession, and he shows that when he has, on average, 85.5% pass completion rate, which puts him in the highest percentile amongst his potential peers in that position. And add to that his elite pressing. Loads of people should get excited about West Ham potentially trying to bring him in. He's a big lad. He's 5 foot. I think he's near enough 6 foot as well. And you look at his career, where he's played throughout his whole career. He has played 46 games from central midfield, 39 games from centre forward, 36 games as an attacking midfielder, 20 games as a right winger. So the flexibility to cover several different positions in the West Ham team would be a frightening force to be reckoned with. Scoring 11 goals from central midfield, 14 as a centre forward, and 11 with an attacking midfielder, and also 8 from the right hand side of the game as well. He scored 1 goal already this season in the 1 appearance that he made in the full 90 minutes. Last season, he did score 11 goals with 4 assists, playing 30 games for Ajax. And like I said, he's got Europa League experience, Champions League experience, scoring 4 goals in the Champions League for Ajax, alongside 1 goal in the Europa League out of the 2 performances last season. Bringing in this player would be a very, very key decision by West Ham. But like I said, we would need to move quick. Why? Because it's not just teams like West Ham that will be sniffing around this player. There's the likes of Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, all interested in him. But because Brighton have had a deal done and that fell through due to personal terms, I really think West Ham could get this done. Imagine Kudus with Paqueta. Imagine it. It could be fantastic. But even if Paqueta was to leave, this would sweeten the situation a bit more, because you do have a young talent from abroad coming in and being able to make this step up as well. Now, the manager from Ajax did say, I've read a lot of reports about Kudus this week, but there's still literally nothing right now that points to him leaving. I spoke to him this week and he's fully focused on Ajax. He is a jewel for Ajax, but you would hope Alvarez is maybe doing a little bit of sneaky work behind the scenes and saying, get yourself across to the Premier League. This is your opportunity, and that's exactly what we want. We need these players to come in who can progress forward with the club. But like I said, Arsenal and Chelsea may be interested in the player because he definitely offers a threat in front of goal. But we don't think and don't expect personal terms to be an issue bringing in the player. He is an exciting prospect. Let's hope we can get this one over the line. Let's hope we can get the deal done this week, because this would be a fantastic bit of business for us. Now, what we are also led to believe is one of the reasons why potentially personal terms were potentially cancelled or didn't work through with Brighton is because I believe Ajax wanted a sell-on clause as well. So there could be an issue with that. But I think West Ham are going to have to accept that in order to progress and move the player on. When West Ham are trying to move to that next level, we're going to have to accept that there's going to be, buy clauses, sell-on clauses, all that sort of stuff, if you look at the Paqueta situation. So when you're buying some really good talent in order to make that step up, that is exactly what you're going to have to look at. But either way, he impressed in the Champions League last season. 4 goals, like I said, with 2 assists during the group stages. He caught the eye against Liverpool, scoring a goal against them as well. Thierry Henry himself said he came from the academy right to dream from Ghana, and he's living the dream. He said, take a bow. That's exactly what he said on this player. But I think personally, let's get the boy in. Let's get him in. He's got many attributes, many forward thinking. And I think he would be a fantastic signing for West Ham. Put it in the comments. Let us know. Let us know in the comments. Join the membership program. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up as well. But equally, let's just focus on bringing this player in. We need to move fast if we're going to do it. We need to take a leaf out of other clubs' books when you sell your best player. But equally, if you're not going to sell your best players, you're going to bring this player in. You need to move fast to get this deal done. So get the talks done. Move in. Get the player in the door. Hopefully, you've got a bit more information on him. We'll bring to you as much as we can over the coming days. I mean, listen, it's relentless right now. I'm going to be doing a Hammers headlines later on, so join us for that. Go check out the JWB stuff. But like I said to you, players that offer opportunities, players that score goals, players that have goal attributes, goal contributions, JWP, Alvarez, Kudus, all those sorts of players offer us potential opportunities to get the ball into the back of the net, which is something we need to do. Defensively, I think we're okay. I think we just need to push and progress forward, change that style of play. Kudus could be one of those players to add to that value. Absolutely beast mode, and I would love it. Absolutely fantastic. Anyway, take it easy, everyone. And of course, come on, you Irons.